What's going on, guys? It's Testrosphere, and we recently had another case tournament at GalaxyBusterTCG. This time, of course, in celebration of the Duelist Advanced set. We do have, I believe it was 4 rounds of Swiss to showcase today, so I do want to start doing something a little special for my videos, something to get you guys a bit more engaged. I'm going to ask a question at the start of every video going forward, and today's question is, if Chaos Emperor Dragon, the original one from Invasion of Chaos, if that card was unerrated, would it see play today? Let me know down below what you guys think. Other than that, let's go ahead and jump on into the match. This was round 1 of Swiss from the case tournament, once again at GalaxyBusterTCG in beautiful Otisville, Michigan. Check out the description below for the Facebook group to get involved. Alright, players have started. Looks like hands are drawn, and let's find out who's going first. It looks like it is our player on the left. I believe this is Anthony, starting off with the reveal of Habakiri, summoning Saji from deck, tributing immediately, activating its effect to add a Mitsurugi spell from deck to hand. And here we have the QCR Mitsurugi Ritual. It does not appear that we have anything on resolution, so Droll and Lockbird is not in effect here, and we are going to attempt the effect of Ritual. Summoning from hand, tributing from deck. It looks like we are going to summon that Habakiri by tributing. Looks like we're going for a Kusanagi, and from hand, must have been an Aramasa. Couldn't quite catch that, just out of the angle of the camera. But regardless, we do have some triggers here. If it was Aramasa, which that makes sense, it looks like Aramasa is adding the Futsu no Matama, and Kusanagi, of course, is going to add Ritual back from grave to hand. We are going to attempt Ritual again. This time it is going to summon from deck. Of course, going into the Ame no Mirakumo, tributing Habakiri from field. This is going to trigger Habakiri to summon itself and add a Mitsurugi card from deck to hand. Looks like we are adding prayers. Habakiri hits the field once again. Looking at the hand here, keep in mind we haven't normal summoned. We do have prayers. We have Mitama. Looks like a Chummy, Imperm, and Crossout Designator. On the right here, not quite so sure what we're looking. Oh, looks like it might be Elemental Heroes. I do see a Vion there. He's peeking at that as Anthony activates prayers, tributing the Mirakumo to add Habakiri and summon Aramasa from grave. Mirakumo is then, of course, going to trigger adding a Mitsurugi card from deck to hand and then special summoning itself. Looks like we're going to add Mirror, or at least that's what we're considering. Not so sure. Definitely taking a second here to ponder our options. Mirror, I think, is logical. It does give you definitely like guaranteed follow-up. I'm not sure if he's teching the Magatama. This does telegraph to me that this is in fact a pure Mitsurugi build. Not just the Matama, but also the Mirror. You know, if you're playing Ryzeal Mitsurugi or some other variant like Fiendsmith, you might play one of those. Not likely that you'd be playing both. And it looks like we are considering an extra deck play here. Once again, we have not normal summoned, so a rank 4 play is actually on the table if we normal summon that Chummy alongside the Aramasa. Rank 8 also online, and it looks like we are going into our, what is that number, what is it, like something, number 98 is that, or 90? Galaxy Ice Photon Lord. Regardless, I do believe this is the Monster Negate, and now we are going to attempt a Mirror to summon. Okay, so we've summoned Matama from hand by tributing also Habakiri from hand, and now we're going to normal summon our Fuelos to go into... Oh, so this is Ryzeal! Okay, so this is a Ryzeal build with a pretty aggressive Mitsurugi package. I'm guessing either significantly less non-engine or a tiny Ryzeal package. That is surprising. But yeah, we are going to go ahead and detach to add the... There should be both detached from the duo drive, if I'm not mistaken. It is detached 2 to add to, and I don't think there was a Ryzeal engraved to attach on summon, right? Regardless, we're going to go ahead and summon X by sending from the extra deck. Didn't quite catch what was sent there. Whatever it was, it didn't seem to have any trigger, so now we're going to go ahead and special summon Sword. Sword does have the opportunity now to add ice. Considering the hand and the board state, oh, we are going to send the duo drive. So that material being under it was irrelevant, regardless of if that was legit or not. For a 3 material, and now obviously, of course, on summon 4 material detonator, that was Eclipse Twins that was sent off of X. We're going to go ahead and set the cross out in the in-perm, offer cut, and I do believe at this point we would be passing it over to our friend on the right, whose name I am not so sure of, but they are playing heroes. We're going to start off with the normal summon of what I believe is Vion. I'm not incredibly familiar with the hero cards as far as the specifics of what each one does, but it looks like neither is Anthony as he takes a moment to read Vion. And it seems like he might be considering that Photon Lord to negate. Oh, I see what happened. He detached a material off Photon Lord instead of the Duo Drive. That's right. Because Duo Drive can detach material from any Xyz monster you control, not just itself. So it was one off of Photon Lord, which makes sense because it gets Mirakumo into the graveyard. Okay. There we go. It all makes sense now. And this looks like it is one of the new heroes from Supreme Darkness, Evil Hero Vicious Claws. I am not so familiar with this card, neither is Anthony, so let's take a moment to read it together. If you guys don't mind me, Evil Hero Vicious Claws. Whatever it was, Anthony did not like it because Galaxy Eyes Photon Lord is chained to its effect. Let's see what it does here. Looks like it was an effect to summon itself from hand. You can target a hero on the field, special summon it, and give that monster 300 attack. So it looks like we're just going to set one and pass on the side of our hero player there. So Ritual is going to go ahead and summon from deck by tributing the Matama from field. Matama then, of course, is going to trigger as well as the Mitsurugi Mirror because it saw a monster was tributed. It can shuffle into deck. And then, because that happened on Chain Link 2, it was already in deck by the time Futsu resolved, so Futsu was able to add it right back to hand. We're going to go ahead and activate it again, tributing off, I forget, was that a Habakiri? And then summoning the Mirakumo back. Mirakumo, of course, on special summon does have the option to blow up the field. Regardless, though, that may not have even been relevant because this is looking pretty good for our boy on the left. This can't not be lethal. That was 1200. Yeah, we're pretty much just going through some motions here because this is a substantial amount of damage, and that's all we needed to wrap it up. We are going on to game 2 with Mitsurugi, Ryzeal Mitsurugi specifically, up 1 game from our boy Anthony on the left. Will our friend on the right playing heroes be able to mount a 2-game victory sequentially to secure the match, or will Anthony put a stop to his efforts? We shall find out. I'm noticing our friend on the right did not appear to do any side decking. Simply shuffling the deck and offering cut. Unless that's the side deck in the deck box there, which that was an elemental hero Avion. So I am not convinced that that's what that was. At least I'm hoping that that was not the side deck. Regardless, it looks like Anthony is bringing in Wosu. Looks like some crows there. Makes sense for going second. Ghost Bell did not come in, but that would have been a decent call for the effect of DPE. DD Crow is also quite effective at handling DPE, and also it targets instead of responding to it in a chain, so it can't be chain blocked like Ghost Bell can. So I agree that Crow is better, but I think the Bell could have also came in. It does at this point though. You're engine to engine, you're looking pretty strong, so probably don't need to overside. Just a couple good non-engine slots to complement what you already got going on. Chances are we know you already have Trummies in the main deck because you normal summoned one in game 1. So a lot of your going second stuff is already in the main. No real reason to overside here. And let's go ahead and start things off. Looks like we got Nib, Poly. Is that Dark Fusion? I think that's actually Burstinatrix. Yeah, that's Burstinatrix. So we're going to start off with Dark Calling. And let's see if Anthony has a response. I couldn't quite make out all 5 of those cards, but I don't think any of them were hand traps. So our hero player on the right is likely going to get to play uninhibited. Dark Calling says fusion summon from the extra deck by banishing the materials from the hand or grave, and it looks like we banished Burstinatrix and something else to summon a creature that I have never laid my eyes on before once in my entire life. But it appears to have some effect on summon that tutors from deck. So that is going to resolve. And that is also one of the new additions from Supreme Darkness. I believe it's like Toxic something. Let's see here. YuGiOh, Destiny Hero, Toxic. Oh, if I search Destiny Hero Toxic, that's what comes up. That's kind of funny. Toxic Bubble. Evil Hero Toxic Bubble. Okay. And it looks like we had an effect to draw 2. That is Toxic Bubble. I believe it is just a draw 2 and discard 1, if I'm not mistaken. If this card is special summoned and you control a fusion monster that must be special summoned with Dark Fusion, oh, you can just draw 2 cards. There's not even a discard. So now we're going to go straight up Polymerization, which it looks like we went with Vion plus Toxic Bubble into our boy. I forget the full name, as you can see from the letters shining there, that it is a long, complicated name, but it is some variation of Flame Wingman, who is going to add Favorite Contact on summon. Reading Favorite Contact, if I'm not mistaken, this card simply allows you to perform a fusion summon on the opponent's turn. Special summon a fusion monster from your extra deck that mentions the hero's material, ignoring its summoning conditions by placing the fusion materials mentioned on it in the bottom of the deck in any order among the cards in your hand, field, graveyard, and or banished cards. So definitely a very powerful fusion effect. I'm not sure what kind of interactions these 2 fusion monsters themselves represent. But whatever they have, we do have the Favorite Contact and the Nibiru to back it up. We are setting a monster in face-down defense position as well. So that's something. And again, I don't know that card. I can't even make out the letters of its name to possibly have a hope and prayer of searching what it does or who it is. Someone let me know down below. We do draw Ash Blossom for turn. And looks like we have all gas in hand otherwise. Couple Mitsurugi names. I know I saw pre-prep there. One of the rituals, can't quite make out which one it is. Looks like it might be Mirakumo, but we're going to start off with pre-preparation of rites. And this is going to go through. So we do have Mirror and Habakiri. There is no Droll on resolution. So we are free to simply attempt Mirror, which can summon from hand, grave. We're going to summon Mirakumo from hand by tributing Habakiri. Mirakumo is going to attempt to blow the field up, and Habakiri is going to attempt to search the deck for a Mitsurugi card. I do not see a response from the hero player, so we are going to add prayers, destroy the field. And it looks like we're attempting Favorite Contact here. This is perhaps in resolution. We're going to chain Mirakumo's effect, which basically says you have to discard a card or else that effect is negated. We do have Mirakumo or Nibiru in hand, but it looks like we're valuing that over the Favorite Contact. So we're simply going to allow this to resolve negated. And here comes the normal summon of Ice Ryzeal. Now, as long as this Mirakumo stays on the board, truly I don't see how this Nibiru saves us. Because obviously every other element of the deck, as well as the Mitsurugi engine, has no issues dealing with Nibiru. But we'll see. Anthony has to have a read here that whatever that card in hand is, it's got to be pretty impactful for our boy to let it go, for our boy to let favorite contact go, preferring it. For sure. We're going to go right into a detonator. Perhaps we have a read on that it's a nib. Oh, we have prayers. So we can go to battle phase and push for game by simply attacking with detonator, attacking with Miracumo, and then prayers tribute the Miracumo, not summon the Miracumo itself, but rather summon anything else or just search. And then on resolution, the Miracumo is going to summon itself and then poke for game. Saji is going to summon, paying 800 life, or rather taking 800 damage. We do have a couple chain links here. It's going to be Saji to summon itself and search, or not summon itself, search on summon, and then Miracumo should be summoning itself as well because it was tributed, and then of course Mirror is going to shuffle itself back into deck. Nibiru, of course, not legal in the battle phase. So that is it. Simply pushing for game and taking it to the house for round one. Ryzeal Mitsurugi versus Hero. Excuse me. Mitsurugi on top. I appreciate you guys checking out the video. Again, check out the description for information on Galaxy Buster TCG. We have 3 more rounds of Swiss to go through. I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.